Okay, let's unpack this. We're jumping into California's official history today, what some call the mirage of liberty.
Right. This idea that the state was always free. It's a powerful mythology.
So our mission for this deep dive is to expose the systems, both legal and religious, that actually upheld slavery there.
And draw a direct line from that broken promise to the, $800 billion reparations debt the state is looking at right now.
It's a huge number. But the core idea, the big nugget you need to start with, is the 1849 Constitution.
Exactly. The ban on slavery. It was never about morality.
That was about economics.
It was purely about free soil white supremacy.
Wait, unpack that for me.
Well, white miners didn't want wealthy Southerners bringing in enslaved black workers. It would devalue their labor, their access to gold.
So they banned slavery to protect their own pockets.
Yes. And here's the kicker. The Constitution provided no penalty for violating the ban.
A promise with no teeth.
None at all. And that opened the door for what came next.
The legal nightmare. How did the courts get around the basic principle that if you enter a free territory, you become free?
That is where the California Fugitive Slave Law of 1852 comes in. I mean, you can only describe it as a juridical assault.
An assault how?
It didn't just ignore the problem. It actively legalized the kidnapping of anyone brought in before statehood. It ordered state authorities to arrest and deport them.
That is just staggering. And there's a specific case that really shows the human cost, right? The Henry Perkins case.
Yes, 1852. This is the moment freedom becomes officially illegal in California. You had three men, Carter Perkins, Robert Perkins, and Sandy Jones, foundational black Americans.
And they were working to buy their freedom.
In the gold mines, yes. They were earning their own freedom. But when the 1852 law passed, their enslaver just reneged on the deal.
And the courts.
The California Supreme Court ruled against them, took their gold, deported them to Mississippi. The state itself stole their freedom.
So the courts were complicit. But this wasn't just rogue actors, was it? We're talking about major institutions. A religious colony, I understand.
The Mormon colony in San Bernardino, established in 1851. It was essentially a theocracy run by two apostles, Lyman and Rich.
And slavery was part of their economy?
It was integrated, fully.
How deep did that go?
Deep enough that the church accepted human beings as tithing.
As a donation?
Yes. There's correspondence about an enslaved man, Green Flake, who was donated to the church. Years after California became a free state, one of the apostles was writing to Brigham Young about him.
And what did the letter say?
It treated him purely as a depreciating asset. It was tracking his market value as it went down over time.
Wow. Okay, so against all that systemic theft, you have figures like Bridget Biddy Mason.
A story of incredible resistance.
Her story is key, I think, because it helps quantify the loss. It puts a number on it.
It absolutely does. She fought for her freedom in court and won in 1856, Mason v. Smith.
And after she was free?
She became a real estate powerhouse in Los Angeles, amassed a fortune that would be worth millions today.
So her success is the proof of stolen capital accumulation.
It's a blueprint. It shows what was possible, what was taken, and that missing wealth multiplied by thousands is the actuarial basis for the debt.
Which brings us to the California Reparations Task Force. What did they find?
They established a clear lineage-based standard. It's for foundational Black Americans, FBA.
And the final number.
Over $800 billion. And a huge part of that, nearly $1 million per person, is for what they call the weathering effect.
The health impact.
The chronic stress of systemic racism causing early disease, premature death. It's a quantifiable harm.
So the bill comes due, but Governor Newsom's actions didn't quite match his earlier rhetoric.
Not at all. There's a formal apology, yes. But in 2025, he vetoed key measures.
Like what?
Compensation for seized property, state-backed home loans. The reason he gave was fiscal challenges.
Instead, he created a new bureau.
The Bureau for Descendants of American Slavery. For many FBA advocates, that felt like a consolation prize. It institutionalizes the identity, but it doesn't provide the financial remedy.
So what does this all mean at the end of the day? We've found that California's free state story was largely a myth.
A cynical myth, yeah. upheld by the highest levels of the state. And we found that the economic damage is quantifiable. It's on a ledger.
The state has apologized. It has calculated the debt.
But it refuses to pay, which, effectively extends that same economic disenfranchisement right into our time. So the final thought for you to chew on is this. What does it mean for a state to fully acknowledge its original sin, but then refuse to pay the bill?